Welcome to Professor Long's Lectures in Microbiology. I'm Professor Bob Long. Now these videos are intended for use by students who are enrolled in my course, which is Biology 2420 or Microbiology for the Health Sciences at Del Mar College in beautiful Corpus Christi, Texas. We have a beautiful campus, actually several campuses in beautiful Corpus Christi in South Texas. It's a wonderful place to be. If you're interested in pursuing a degree in the health sciences or actually in many other majors, you can look up Del Mar College, come down here to the bayfront and the beach in South Texas with all of our hunting and wildlife and fishing and wonderful activities. We'd love to have you here. Now, ultimately this video is intended for the students who are enrolled in my class, but if anyone else out there in YouTube land finds them helpful, please hit like and subscribe so that when new videos are loaded, you can keep up with the material. Now, the ultimate goal is to prepare my students for my course, but also really to provide a solid fundamental understanding of some of the basic principles in microbiology so that you guys can advance through your careers in the health sciences. There's a majors micro for people who are going into medicine and research as MDs or doctors of osteopathic medicine, DOs, or going into the research world as biologists and marine biologists or whatnot. This course takes a bent leaning towards what we call the allied health sciences, which would be registered nurses, medical lab techs, respiratory therapists, physical therapy assistant, occupational therapy assistant, surgical technology, pharmacology and pharmacy tech, and there's a myriad of courses that require this as a prerequisite. There's over a dozen of them, and if I left one out, I apologize to those faculty, but they're all equally important. But when you go into the health sciences, or what the allied health sciences are, those people who support doctors in doing what they do, you have to take human anatomy and physiology usually, some chemistry, and some microbiology. And so this is the microbiology portion. I also have a number of videos on anatomy and physiology on my YouTube channel, so if you guys like my teaching style and find this helpful and you're taking anatomy and physiology, by all means watch my videos there. If you hit like and subscribe or provide me some feedback, then that lets me know that you're interested in my lectures and how I do things, and you find them helpful so that I can continue to do them. Now these are a one-man show. It's me with a cell phone, and then I load it onto my computer. So they're not real tech savvy. There's not a lot of editing. They're all done in one take. So please bear with me if there's mistakes and things. Over time, I'm going to learn how to do all this stuff at a very high level and reshoot all my videos. But right now, in a pinch, during this COVID isolation that we're under, I have to provide these videos and my instruction online, and so that's why these videos have evolved. Now, the purpose of this video is to introduce myself and a little bit about the course, so that you know that you're learning information from a credentialed individual. Now, I have a bachelor's degree in biology. I graduated magna cum laude, the second highest you can get for your GPA. I made a couple of B's, and I'm upset about that to this day. I got a bachelor's in biology from UTSA, and as an undergraduate, I was a pretty talented student and was recruited to work in a research lab, which was kind of rare. There wasn't a lot of undergraduate students working in research labs at the time. And I was also tutoring to a large group of students on the side, and it got so popular that I was offered a teaching job as an undergraduate TA, which was pretty rare for an undergraduate student to get a TA position, but I did. And that's when I fell in love with teaching and research. I was already destined for medical school and had been accepted to a few, but I was loving teaching so much that I decided to look into the master's program. I enrolled in the master's program at UTSA and did my master's under John Denny, God rest his soul, and worked in his lab doing protein biochemistry. Now, my undergraduate research was under Brenda Claiborne. We did cell morphology in the hippocampus of the brain, looking at learning and memory. The biology program at UTSA is largely focused on neurobiology, and so Dr. Denny's work, my protein biochem, was also in part of the brain, looking for specific proteins. One was called growth-associated protein 43, or GAP43. It's involved in neuronal growth and development. I loved it so much, and I loved teaching the undergraduate courses so much. I got to teach quite a bit. I even got to do a few lectures, which was pretty rare for an undergraduate or for a graduate TA, but I did a few lectures and was successful at it, got great feedback, and so I went ahead and pursued a PhD in neurobiology. I did not complete my PhD. I finished everything but my dissertation, which was due to a family tragedy that I had to leave school and take care of some stuff, and I just never went back and finished that dissertation. So I'm in the world of PhDs, what many people call an ABD, all but dissertation. Nonetheless, I have almost all of my PhD, all the coursework was done, everything else, a great deal of research and data collection. I just didn't finish writing my dissertation, and that still bugs me to some degree, but what can you do? I love my job now, and I'm not going to leave it to go back and finish. So all of that while at UTSA, I was also teaching courses. I've taught a myriad of courses both at UTSA and Del Mar College. They include freshman biology, it includes genetics, human anatomy and physiology, general physiology, neuroanatomy, neurophysiology, neurobiology, biochemistry, microbiology, and a couple of other courses, some cell and molecular biology. I've taught a lot of courses over the years, and because of my degree, my background, and my teaching experience, I am credentialed by the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board and by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools to teach these courses. And there's a pretty strenuous credentialing process in order to get through that, at least at Del Mar. They really put you under the microscope and look at your background and your credentials, and if you don't have them, you're not allowed to teach the course. So I am qualified to teach the course by all the governing bodies. I have the academic background, and I have the training to do so. I hope that this semester you find both my style and my approach engaging, you find it a little humorous at times, and you find it fun and educational. My goal is to present you the fundamental information, the basic information in microbiology, so that you guys can understand the foundational principles, so that as you move on through the professional phases of your programs, you can add the details that you're learning there to this concept. To me, learning this information is kind of like building a house. If the foundation is not sound, I don't care what your countertops look like, what kind of paint and paintings and decorations you have. None of that matters if your foundation cracks and crumbles, the whole thing comes crumbling down. So my approach is to set a solid foundation, build a nice framework, and then add details. And we'll do that throughout the semester. Because of my approach, I do not believe that I need to teach you every detail on every page in every chapter. If I tried to do that, then it's like memorizing the encyclopedia. For me to stand here and do PowerPoints and just read you the PowerPoints is like trying to memorize the encyclopedia. And it gets boring, it's uninteresting, it becomes more difficult to learn, except for those who are real kind of nerdy like me when I was doing this stuff, who just can't wait to learn more. My goal is to get as many of you to understand this information, to become interested in it, to have fun learning, to find it engaging and fun to do, so that you learn the material. And it's also to learn those solid foundational principles. We will go into great detail in some areas, but not all areas. And if you have another instructor, please make sure you learn the material that they want you to learn. But if you find these videos helpful in setting that information, setting the foundation so that those details make sense, by all means, watch my videos. But make sure you cover the material your instructor wants you to cover. Again, this course is intended for the students in my class. I want them to learn the material that I teach, the way that I teach it, and the way that I think about it for my exams. And I know for a fact, based on the number of students who enter, complete their programs, and pass their state boards, that what I'm doing is working. The feedback has been overwhelming and amazing the past 22 years. And if I die tomorrow, I feel like I've accomplished something useful in my lifetime by helping others pursue their goals in a topic that I find interesting, that I love, and I can't wait to talk about. So I hope that energy and enthusiasm comes across. I hope you enjoy learning from me as much as I'm going to enjoy teaching you. I hope you learn some solid foundational principles that stick to your brain for the long haul, so that when you cover additional topics like immunology and the immune response and allergic reactions and anaphylaxis and all these topics, and you're learning about microbial infections and you're learning about gangrene and what's causing this, that, or the other, that you understand that you're able to crack a textbook in your nursing program or whatever program you're in, surgical technology, and you can understand the source of nosocomial infections and all this stuff that we're going to be covering, and you really know what the words mean. The goal is in all the courses that I teach, that when I'm done, you should be able to take your next level textbook, whatever program you go into, open it up, read a chapter, and have a really good understanding of what it's saying. You might have to look up some things, but even when you look it up, that terminology and that language, you should register it somewhere in your brain and be able to associate it with something that you already understand. So we're going to set the foundation, we're going to add some detail, and we're going to set you up so that later on when you add details, you really know what you're doing and you don't have to go back and relearn all this information. Okay? So I hope during the semester that you have some fun. I hope you understand that I'm qualified to do this and that you're learning from a good instructor. I hope that you enjoy the process as much as I do, and I hope you really learn a lot and prepare yourself for the next stage in your career. Throughout the process, if you need to reach me, you can email me. My email address is blong@delmar.edu. It's all lowercase. And you can always email me for questions. Even if you're not enrolled in my class, I'll be happy to try to help you understand and learn. And again, if you find these videos helpful, please provide me some feedback. Please hit like and let me know so that I can be encouraged to continue them or dismiss them. Okay? Please bear with me again. This is a one-man show. It's me with my cell phone and a tripod and a blackboard trying to teach you as best I can in a way that will stick to your brain so that you can become a qualified professional one day and enjoy the financial freedom that my wife and my family enjoys. And trust me, I came from nothing and nowhere. I grew up very poor, and I enjoy a nice life now because of my hard work, my dedication, the faculty that poured so much of themselves into me and learning, my desire to learn and do the hard work and put up with the late nights and all the studying to pass my exams so that I could jump through all the hoops, to have a job that I love, that I enjoy coming to, and that provides me a decent living to provide for my family. I know that's the goal for you, is to provide for your family and your loved ones and have a career that you enjoy and love and feel like you make a difference in the world. And so my goal is to help you in that process by making the learning fun and easier, if not easy, and understandable so that you can carry this information forward. That's my goal this semester. And again, I hope you enjoy learning from me as much as I enjoy teaching you. I hope you have as much fun as I do in the process, all right? I look forward to seeing you in the future videos. Again, if you find them helpful, hit like and let me know, and I'll keep doing this stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the first lecture video.